What's good, YouTube? Ronald Reacts. Back. Skirt, skirt. Done spun the block. Today's reaction is going to be a little different than the last two or the first and second one that I've ever done. It's my third one, so thank you for watching, by the way. This reaction video is going to be a little different than a regular trending new hip-hop rap video. This is a reaction to an interview that was held with Lupe Fiasco and Sway in 2012, actually 11 years to the day. So I had to do this reaction because it was just too coincidental that this was published on July 27th, 2012. So what we're about to see, oddly enough, this is a interview that happens while Lupe Fiasco is reacting to one of his first interviews with Sway. Let me break that down for you. Lupe Fiasco had a 2006 interview with Sway where Sway came to his hood. It's called My Block. Messed up thing about the internet is I come from VHS DVD era where you could go pick up the footage and look at it again. With the internet, this stuff be like erased, gone, never to be seen again. So I had to dig to find this. And luckily, I did. Shout out to Chiracology on Reddit because that's exactly where I went and got it. I should have went there first, but it took me like an hour to find it. Anyway, Sway goes to Lupe's hood in Chicago, 2006. They have a talk. They do the whole take you through my block, show you how I'm living. But the actual interview is Lupe Fiasco and Sway watching this 6 years later in 2012. And Lupe has a heartfelt breakdown watching his own interview. So let's go.
First, man, if I'm not mistaken, after we watched this piece, you tell me if I was wrong, but I thought I met your pops when we came to Chicago.
Okay.
Years ago, when you first came out, we took a trip and we wanted to see what your life was like. And we did My Block Chicago. Check this out. Okay, we're back, My Block Chicago. I'm sitting next to the young homie Lupe Fiasco.
They call me Lupe.
2006 Lupe was crazy.
This is the world famous Wilson skate park.
I'm not even gonna
Chicago.
pause it. Lupe Fiasco had a chokehold on rap music in 2006. He was doing something nobody else was doing. Rapping in a way nobody else could. I'm talking about like his first album was executive produced by Jay-Z. That was a big deal in 2006. Jay was like, oh,
It's easy.
my wing, get up under here. So he was this kid who was from the hood in Chicago, skateboarding and wearing glasses, but was really from the trenches. Sway, busting ass. So it was very typical nowadays, a rapper who skateboards. It was such phenomena back then because nobody was doing it.
And obliviously skate for like 8-9 hours. Don't even know that time. Not even know you've been up here, yep. You be sweaty. You know what I'm saying? And hot.
Again, this is the
At the end of the
2006
day, you feel good. It's freedom.
part. So we are watching a video of Lupe and Sway watching this video.
The hoodie hood.
Stay focused.
Where are we exactly? I mean,
This
this is when you grew up?
this is Madison Terrace. It's the notorious West Side. I done seen it all, man. I done seen it all. Death, violence, everything, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, even though it was all this madness, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the house, it was like, my mom's had mad collections of National Geographics. She had mad, like, whole book collection, the whole thing, had mad art.
So right now, Lupe is talking about this duality that he grew up with, going outside, seeing
you know what I'm saying? So it was like
the
that was
streets of
balance.
Chicago
It was
and going
that
in the house
close.
and
You know what I'm
seeing
saying? Like, I used to look out my window
this wealth of
and see
information.
prostitutes on the corner, but then like turn around and be like, you know, great pictures of Malcolm X and the whole thing in the crib. This is the building I grew up in. 3054. These are the buildings that pop up in my mind. These are the
Yeah,
people
Lupe had them
that come
rap
out and
nigga
do the
videos
cars
where he
in the
was standing in
streets,
front of
and
his
this is
building.
where I write my lyrics.
Your approach to your sound and the way you write is a different approach than what you might expect someone who grew up over here, seen all these things to come with. You know, a lot of people may
Message
think, well,
coming right
damn,
now.
if he grew up in this area, maybe he'll come a lot more harder edge, a lot more aggressively. But
Initially I did. Initially I was entertaining this. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to change this because I didn't know how. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't cool to me. You know what I'm saying? I tell my peoples in their face, like, this ain't cool. I don't like this. This ain't how it's supposed to be.
This is 2006.
A lot of these kids, when they go home, it's just like being outside. You know what I'm saying? So if I can create something, a meeting place or something like that for them out here so they can have that. Because right now, they ain't got it, and it ain't no music. Ain't no song that I can make. There's no We Are the World that I'm gonna make, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna unify and make all this better.
wow, man, that was, man.
Fast forward to 2012.
What was it about that you know, just triggered this emotion from you? Just looking back. Take your time with it, man. I think it was interesting about that piece, which you can apply to today. Everything we've been talking about on the couch today.
That's a real nigga, bro.
It's kind of what we were talking about when I first met you years
That's
ago.
how you know that it was genuine.
Nobody asked
That's
you.
kind of what we wanted to capture with my block. What is it? Are those tears of joy or those tears of?
What's up?
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
There's some of them dudes are dead.
Yeah. You know, the legacy, though, in a sense. I mean, if there's anything you could take away from it, the fact that you hear their legacy, their spirit still lives on in a sense, because you can acknowledge them. You know, is it people like that that motivate you? Oh, thank you.
You know, you got dudes, you know, Chicago, the murder capital. You know, the dudes in that video, you know, in and out of prison. A couple fed cases. And then there's ghosts. You know, you see people that that ain't there. And just,
These words are being said in 2012,
you just trying to make it better.
and they're still relatable
Come up out of it.
in 2023.
That building's still there. You know? That hood's still there. Look just like that.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing changed.
Nothing for the better.
Nah. We got CVS. You know. But some of the kids ain't gonna make it out of it. Some of the kids ain't gonna make it out of there. You know? And I just feel, you know, you feel so helpless. Like, oh, that's me talking to me 6 years ago. You know? And that stuff is the same. You just feel like you feel hopeless. You know? It's just it's a terrible thing. You know? And I see it everywhere. I see it in New Orleans. And it's like, you know, I'm from the hood. I'm a hood. And I try and tell people that. You know, like I'm from the hood. You can play however you want to play. I go to a skate park because I don't like the hood. I got more guns than you do. All my homies is killers. All my homies is in every gang you want to talk about. You know, every level of crime you want to talk about. You know, but that ain't what it's about. You know, that ain't what it's supposed to be, because that didn't build this place. It's gonna tear this place down. you know. So for me, to see myself 6 years ago, surrounded by some people who not here and even here, repping the hood, doing what they do, that never left. You know, it's just it's a sober thing to me. You know, and I'm out here and I could do. And it's sobering because you know your father was right, your mother was right. It was like, yo, you got to get out. Stick to what you know and get out. Because if you stay here, you're going to die. And you're not going to die for anything heroic. You know, you're not going to die for anything meaningful. You know, you're going to die for something that is worthless. And nobody's going to remember your name. And, you know, that to see that it's so real, you know, it hurts, bro. You know, I ain't gonna front. It hurts. It hurts a lot, you know, to speak to ghosts. And everybody go through it. All real go through it, you know. I can't even tell you how many funerals I've been to, and you know, it just, you know, it's a painful thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's a painful thing.
I wanted to jump in there and sprinkle my opinions in between, but I felt like it was so important to let what Lupe Fiasco was saying go from his mouth into your ears undisturbed, because this is from July 27th, 2012. It is July 27th, 2023. That's 11 years. If I didn't tell you that this video was 11 years old, you would think, some of y'all who didn't know no better, some of y'all who don't know Lupe Fiasco, who don't follow MTV and know that this show is not on the internet or on TV no more, you would have no idea that this was not from this year. I say that to say it's really, really unfortunate, but nobody is going to save us except for ourselves. Nobody's coming to save us. It's the damage that has been done to our communities and to our youth was administered by a whole different system, bigger than what we can fix or bigger than we can fight. And so it's up to us to fix it. So people get mad at people like Charleston White and I don't know, like Dr. Umar or whatever. And, you know, we champion like Boosie's and the King Vons and, you know, all of these people. And it's like, yeah, two people can be right about two different things, or two people can have opinions that are valid about the same thing. But I think it's really beyond time that we start sowing seeds of change. You know, Lupe Fiasco, another thing some of y'all might not know, Lupe Fiasco in an interview maybe like 2-3 years before this, maybe a year, I don't know, give or take 1 year before or after, he said, like, I'm afraid of Chief Keef. And what he meant was he's afraid of the idea of, or, you know, what Chief Keef represents. And Chief Keef took offense to it, you know, dissed him on the internet, and they had a little back and forth, and Lupe the whole time was very apologetic, very sincere, like, yo, bro, it's not like that. You know, we don't need to be beefing with each other. We need to be trying to be cool with each other, because the house is burning. The house is burning down, and if we don't get out of here, we're all goners. And that statement remains true today. There's still time for some of us, but you look around at every ghetto in America. You look at DC, you look at New York, you look at, all you got to do is get on YouTube and look at some of these white people or some of these faceless YouTube accounts making documentaries about all the violence that happens in the hood. And you can see that this still is very relevant. This is a very real issue that needs to be dealt with. And Chief Keef threatened to smack Lupe Fiasco after he said what he said. But I bet you, present day, 11 years later, Chief Keef done turned over a new leaf. Chief Keef ain't dissing the dead no more. Chief Keef don't want no problems with Lupe Fiasco. And so I hope that there's a way that somehow, for those of us who can reach like within ourselves to think deeper into these situations, that we share this information with people. Hopefully, if you're fortunate enough, you will make it to a day where you change your mind about some stuff. You will make it to a day where you want to forgive somebody that you was beefing with. You will make it to a point mentally where the shit you was tripping off is not that deep anymore. The petty things, the huge things, like, we are blessed with a gift of life every day. And so many of the people in that video, so many of the people that existed in drill culture do not exist no more. They are gone. They're dead. They're ghosts, just like he said. Or it's niggas in jail that is dead to the world, that don't get this gift of life and a gift to do it over, to do it again every single day while you are living this human experience. So I want to give Lupe Fiasco his flowers. You person who's watching this, if you from the hood, if you from where I'm from, if you from a place that's like a place where I'm from, I want to say I'm proud of you. I want to say, if you from a place where I'm from and you haven't turned over a new leaf, it's not too late, dog. It ain't too late. It's never too late until it's too late. And it ain't nothing wrong with it. A lot of niggas say, oh, stand on that, don't change. Oh, as a man, I'm gonna stand on my decisions. Don't be a fool, man. Be better. Don't stand on a stupid decision. Stand on a smart decision. Change a stupid decision. Don't stand on it. That's a trap. Literally, like standing on a stupid decision. That's like standing on like a bear trap, bruh. Like, don't do that. Move forward. Don't stand on it. I don't have no edits. I don't write my script down for what I'm going to say in these videos. So I don't know when I'm going to stop this, but it's getting towards 18 minutes. So I think I'm going to stop it soon. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. And I hope that this video reaches anybody with the ears and the mental capacity to listen to it. If you are able to receive it, this message is for you. Save yourself, man, and save the people that you care about. Men, stand up, poke your chest out, man. Let's brave the face of uncertainty and reach out to these young men and women who don't know that they lost, that they don't know that they need a hand, a helping hand. And you know, they might not be receptive of it at first, but like, try, man. It's about them. It's not about us. It ain't about us no more. I'm from 1988. It ain't about me no more. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you. It's about something deeper than that. I'm hoping that this message reaches people that it needs to reach. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, man. Share the post. Follow me on YouTube. What's my YouTube? Not doing all that. Eventually, I'm going to start doing videos where I'm like summarizing books, summarizing shows, summarizing anything that's like long form content that's like just too, like, we don't feel like listening to it. We don't feel like watching it. We don't feel like reading it all. That's really why I started this. But this video just spoke to my spirit. It's the anniversary. I meant to say July 25th. It's the anniversary of this interview. And yeah, man, I want to give Lupe his flowers. I want to give Sway his flowers. I guess I'll give Sosa his flowers too for changing and growing up, because 2012 Sosa was wild and trying to smack the shit out of Lupe Fiasco just because he said he was worried about, he was scared of what he represents, knowing damn well Chief Keef represented the invention or the the forefront of this dangerous form of music that is responsible for boosting. I ain't gonna say it's responsible for the crime rate period, but it's responsible for boosting, for kicking a lot of shit off. So anyway, yeah, like, comment, tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about how I'm delivering this reaction. If y'all think it's okay to see, if you don't think it's okay to see Lupe Fiasco, to see a man cry, don't say nothing, actually, because you might be part of the problem. Anyways, love y'all. Stay blessed. And I'll catch you next time.